Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my universe. My universe has been changing a lot lately, and I know I haven't been posting videos for a long time, but I couldn't help this one really. This information really made me come out and talk again. So, it's got to do about air quality in two regions of the world. And the information came because, well, I found it because we've been having a very, very bad air quality where I live in the south of British Columbia, Canada. And I wanted to know when it was going to stop. So I went to Ventusky and I started looking at when this air quality was going to stop. Then I decided to see when it did start and where was it coming from, because I know we have lots of fires, wildfires going on all around. But I found something very interesting, not only in British Columbia, but also in Russia. And I'm gonna share this screen with you. You know, if I can actually have the screen and me. I will see, but I will share the screen anyway. Share settings. Post tools for share. Um, Open share. No, that's not it. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's the back. There we go. That's so cool. Never used that feature from Zoom yet. So I'm sharing the screen and I'm on the screen. Wait, where did it go? It stopped. Did it stop? Um, what happened? Hmm, Stop share. You sharing the screen, but let's see. Oh, there you go. Now I can see it. Okay, so here we have the big screen of Ventusky. And look at this. We are here on the setting of air quality, as you can see, air quality. And I am going to move this to the other side so that I can actually look at the correct side of things. Oops, I think I stopped sharing that screen. Let me, oh boy. That happens when you don't do things often. So let's do it again. Share screen three. Yeah. Okay, now there we go again. All right, I like that. Okay, so here's let me do a zoom out so you can see the world. So what I have here is fires, which seems like they are everywhere in the world. Those red dots are bad fires, and the uh, orange ones, I don't know exactly where they are. But we are on air quality. So what I want you to pay attention is on the air quality. So the fires are these red things with the fire symbol. Those are webcams. As you can see, so if I go to this webcam here, it's going to show you this area here. Let's see if there's an area that shows, oh, you see it shows the smoke. Let's see what it shows here in this very bad air quality. Hmm. There's no camera showing that. Oops. Um, anyway, let's not get distracted. Okay, so I'm going back to end of July. So you can see that the quality of the air here is yellowish and browns, reds, on the border of Washington State and south of British Columbia. This star here is where I live. So the air was bad here, but let me go back a couple of days more. Not a couple of days. So here we have some bad air quality in British Columbia. Interesting. Interesting. Now I found something else. I went back to July. Hmm. This must be more interesting than I thought. Okay, July 15, Russia, Russia. Hmm. Nothing going on there. Okay, let's go July 16. Nothing going on there. Let's go. Okay, so 15, 14, 13. Pay attention on this area here, North Canada. And pay attention on British Columbia and all the other provinces and Washington and California. So you see fires, the red dots and the orange dots, but you don't see this bad air quality, which says unhealthy. 75 UG per M3 per cubic meter. Okay, so we go to 14, and we still have only here, this zoom out, it's only here. Then 15 of July, it's starting to get really bad here. The 16, oops, oops, oops. So the 15, you don't have anything here. Well, very uh, light, bad quality. And from this 15 to the 16, look at what happens. Boom. Where did this come from? Let's go a few hours before. Let's go 15. Few hours before. So between 2 and 5, there's a boom of bad air happening here, which is, I would say this is Toronto, New York. That's the air during the World Cup that the US was complaining about. Then we have bad air here in Manitoba and here. Okay. Then the 16, it's really bad. Look at that. The air quality was really bad there. And 17 gets even bigger. I didn't see that before. And July 18, this air quality dissipates to the Atlantic Ocean, but we still have this north of Canada bad air quality. The 19 in the US that dissipates, and we have this starting to come down in Canada, down south. Oh, look, in between the 19th and the 20th of July, look at how big this thing got. It's very weird because let's go a few hours before. Okay, 3 hours before, 3 hours before, you have these three spots here which are not fires. The fires are the rounded ones. And 3 hours later, you have a boom of very, very bad air quality. Like some spots reach over 200. It's really bad. Okay, so now we're gonna go 3 hours more, 3 hours more. We're gonna go to the 21st, and this air quality, it's going south. A little, dissipating a little bit, and it goes east. It reaches Saskatchewan and Manitoba. It didn't really reach where I live too much. But as you can see, that's the big point. The fires, the bad fires in California, Washington, Oregon, and other parts of the US and all over British Columbia are still happening. This bad air quality didn't come from those fires. That's the point. Okay, on the 23rd of July, this we have a little explosion of really bad air quality out of nothing here in the south of British Columbia. I know we had a fire in this area, but it wasn't on July 23rd. It was in August. Okay. Okay. Now out of a sudden from the 23rd to the 24th, we have more bad air quality happening here and in the south of the border in Washington. Look, just out of a sudden, in a few hours. So here we are, 24. I go ahead 3 hours, and this very bad air quality starts happening. And then it goes, and it starts getting bigger and getting together. Let's zoom out and spreading towards east. That's where the wind currents are going to. Then we have July 25th, the day out of time on the Mayan calendar. The air quality was better, much better than it was. Most of it dissipated to the east, but it's a huge uh, couple of thousand of kilometers or more. The 26th of July, there it comes again. Bad air quality again. Let me just check Russia. Nothing happening there yet. Okay. Zoom in again. July 27, 26, 27. This really bad air quality goes down south of Oregon, Idaho. And then the 28th, still there. 29. We have a little bit in the south of the border, most of it in Oregon, and then July 30, 31st, dissipating. Okay, looks not so bad. And then we're going to go to August 1st. Between July 31st and August 1st, out of a sudden, you have this burst of bad air quality. See, it went a few hours earlier. So here we have not so bad. And in 3 hours, out of a sudden, in the border, we have this boom, and up here, and boom here, where there are no fires. Pay attention with the correlation between fires and bad air quality. Okay, so let's go to August 2nd. It starts getting really bad in the south of British Columbia as well as north of Washington State. And then the 3rd, from the 2nd to the 3rd of August, look at that. Let's go back 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours. So it was concentrated here, and in a few hours, you get a boom of bad air quality. Look at that. This is like killing lungs, killing our bodies. It's suffocating. We went through that. I'll show you when it started reaching here. So here's the 4th, and then we're having fires here, but the fires are not doing this. And then the 4th, winds go up north and move this bad air quality to where, close to where I live. Meanwhile, we started having fires here, but that wasn't because of that smoke or whatever that was. Look at how bad it got where I live. And then 6th of August and 7th of August, 8th, dissipated and more is coming. Now look, between the 8th and the 9th, out of a sudden, again. Let's go back a couple of hours. So on August 9, we get a boom of bad air quality again. Boom. Out of a sudden, we have this horrible air. It wasn't because the wind pushed it. No, it just there. Okay. 10, still there. 11 started dissipating. 12 finally, and we have just a little bit. The 13, it dissipated. We have only 2 spots here in Washington. But the fires keep going on. That's the point. And the bad air quality, those booms of bad air quality, whatever that was, they dissipated. We have just a couple of spots there. And this is the future provision. So we're going to get a little bit of bad air quality on the next few days, but not as bad as it was so far. Today is the 15th. Okay, so now we're going to go to another place in the world because while I was here, I zoomed out and I looked at this and I was like, oh, what happened here? So you see northeast of Canada, the North Pole and Greenland. And I'm going to go back in time to August 1st. And we're going to go to Russia. You know, you see here in Russia, August 1st, something was happening here. And then pay attention on this region of Russia here that dissipated, whatever that was. They are having fires, but not as bad as we are. And then, oh, oops, moved too much. August 3rd. Um, you see some very bad air quality happening here. It's around Mongolia. Well, it dissipated, and then fifth, sixth, on the sixth, you have this big thing here, and in between the six and the seven, this is what happens. I'm going to go back a few hours. So we're having some bad quality air, but in about 10 hours, it got that big and bad. Why? Question is why? Why is, what is happening there? Then we go forward in time, and this big mass of bad air quality starts moving north. And there it goes. Look, it moves towards the North Pole and it reaches Canada and enters Canada. So this entered Canada, yes, no, on Wednesday. And Thursday, it was already reaching Hudson Bay. Yesterday, Hudson Bay, a little bit up north here. And then today, it dissipated into East Canada. And it's going to keep moving because it was a huge mass of bad air. Meanwhile, in Russia, you only get those two little spots here left. So there are like booms of bad air quality that appear out of the sun and move into areas and suffocate us. And you can't breathe, you start coughing, I had to pull out my N19 mask because N15 mask, like, whatever it's called, it's a big, good mask, because I couldn't breathe. And I just wanted to point out this thing because in my point of view, doesn't, it's not related to the fires. It's something else happening on those areas in Washington, Oregon, and Russia. It travels and infects areas. Oh, I don't like it. Let's see if there's any cameras here in Russia. We can look at that area. No cameras here. So I don't know what's going on there. But it was massive. It traveled through the North Pole, entered Canada, and is still here. And the other one came from the US. And the other one before that that I seen today was the other one east of the US and Canada border during the World Cup. I don't know. What do you think? Please share your thoughts. I would like to have some clarity on that. You're not going to convince me that is related to the fires because I don't think so. Uh, I look at all these fires going on and those booms of bad air quality just happened independently of the fires. I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? And also, according to what you know about my channel, let me know what kind of subject would you like me to explore more. If we should keep exploring the Earth on Ventusca. This is a very cool website because you can actually change things to take a look at the, let's see, the waves. Change the waves here. Massive waves here. Um, there's a hurricane happening here. Oh, there is a camera here, actually. Mm, doesn't show much. There's another camera there. Wow. I guess if it's in the middle of hurricane, it's not gonna be very clear. Oh, here the ocean is agitated here, of course. And here too. Anyway, exploring the earth and trying to find its mysteries. Thank you, beautiful souls, for watching and going on this trip with me. It's trippy, and I don't know what it is. And all I know is that it was very suffocating. I'm still feeling sick from all that air that we had to breathe here in the city. Okay, take care because everywhere in the world something is happening. If it's not water, it's earthquake, it's a storm, it's a fire, war. Ugh, we're in excited moments. Take care.